Mark and Michael here. Good morning, everybody. Okay, I'd like to bring to your attention something. Well, right now, right off the bat, we see the futures at a slight increase, but let's not be too hasty because it looks like we're failing right now. On a minute chart, this is what we're looking at. We're looking at lower highs, folks, lower highs. We're looking at this downtrend and breaking down of this support level. Now, let's look at an hour chart. This hour chart shows this this movement. It's not really a pattern, it's a movement. It's a movement of downward slopage. But what's interesting is we're holding on here. What I'm thinking is a likelihood is for us to just go ahead and continue this downtrend, folks. This downtrend. I don't know if we're gonna get, I don't think we're gonna get support at the 38. We're gonna go ahead and try it again for the 26, 23. I mean, it's possible we could get support here at the 38, but I would assume it's gonna fail it. Because look, we failed it, and we're gonna fail this. Although this actually was supposed to be positive, but pretty crazy actually. You know, I haven't been really looking, so you know, this 10-year also is creeping down. Creeping down, Fed's putting support in the markets here. Although we're already at our pretty much critical lows here. I'll just drop 10-year right here, right in the middle, smack dab. There you go. You know, for a long time I was trying to call this bottom. I was like, oh, no, no. I think here's the bottom, guys. We're gonna break out. And then nope, look at this. Fed just kept buying up those bonds, folks, buying up the bonds. And look at this humongous sell-off. That's nuts. I mean, they're just pushing it really, really hard. Let's put it back to 10-year. I mean, /ES, that is the futures for the S&P 500. I don't want Facebook, folks. There we go. What am I looking at? Let's see, what's some tech stocks doing? Well, right now, we're like sideways pretty much. On a 30-minute, it looks like we're pretty done. We're pretty lifted. Looks like some popping back down. Looks like the stocks want to go up, but the indicators are already up and are cooling down. So what is this? This looks exactly like what I described here. Looks like we're going up, but we're cooling down. We're cooling down. So this is our candles. Let's do less time frame. Let's do 10-minute candles. What do we got? Well, we're in the downtrend right now. So if we're almost out of the downtrend, we're getting higher lows. So that is a bullish signal. On a 5-minute, we're already maxed out though. 5-minute, we're already coming back down. So let's look on that original hour chart, folks. So look at this. So if we're gonna fail this here, make lower lows here, and start this negative downtrend, that means we're gonna be open for a negative day. If we're open for a negative day, folks, look at this here. See this candle? This candle would form at like the top of a pattern, like right here, let's say. And you know, yeah, okay, it's a green candle. It can go more, but that's usually a sign when you have it flat on top and then that wick coming out. That's usually a bad thing there. That's usually a bad thing. So I'm seeing us failing this right here. But how low can we go, and where's support going to be found? That's two good questions. Good questions. I don't have good answers. Well, I might. Let's look around my brain, see if we could find anything good here. If anything, we're gonna test this low. You know, maybe we'll double bounce off this low. Let's put this on a daily. Interesting. As you see, this isn't bright red. It's bright red here. And this reversed that bright green. Interesting, guys. This is all very interesting. There's so much to look at. So what do I think's gonna happen? Well, let me just give you some support or resistance ranges, guys. Now for the Dow Jones, we'll start with that because I have to make this. Oh God. And the coffee is coming through me, boys. Chock full of nuts. That's what I like. Whoops. I always do the fibs the opposite way that they're supposed to be done. Great. So look here, guys. We're failing this 23%. We've tried, and we're failing it. Now, this green candle right here is not even though it's a green candle, it's really not the best of signs. If we had a big green candle that, or a better transition candle, it would indicate more of a reversal. But what do we have going on here, guys? It does not look too pretty. Does not look too pretty. So, let me give you the support ranges first. Dow Jones, 23,047. S&P 500, 2,529. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. These are for the futures. These are for the futures. And look right now. Look right now here, guys. Look right now. We're backing off. Curious to see if we're gonna hit a lower low. If we do, that's a sure sign that we're gonna fail this 38. And the Fed's already stepped in, stepping in and buying bonds. So, well, we're gonna just have to see where that goes, and to see where their manipulation continues. Okay, look here, we're trying to hold support, but we're not that far off, guys. There we go. I told you guys this was a bad candle. I told you. It's at the top, and we're at the bottom. So, this does not look good. Let me go ahead and pull up the futures. I mean, I'm just gonna pull up the comp and S&P. We're not gonna look at the Dow right now. That way we can keep an eye on the futures and still check out the daily charts. So look at here, guys. Look at here. Increasing red histo bar. That's bad. Are we gonna drop below it, guys? Are we gonna drop below it? I don't know. It doesn't really seem like it, but if we do, that's a clear indicate. Now it seems like we will. That we need those big long candles. Well, here we go. This is the start. This is of the cracks beginning to show here in the financial institutions. Well, I'm not sure where we're gonna open, guys. I'm just gonna fucking use this CNBC shit and find out when they think where the futures are opening up. That way I could give you accurate support and resistance ranges. Implied open 58 points for the Nasdaq. Okay. That's still, we're gonna open at resistance. You think that's gonna end up well? I don't think so. That's not gonna end up well. And the fact that I think we're already at the resistance and we just failed it. So that 38 resistance is actually that seven. I'm sorry. We have a double here. I'm getting a little confused. It's a 38 too, along with the 76, 78. So pretty critical, huh? Yep. So that means we could move. Let's go ahead and see what. I'm looking on a 1 minute, and this chart looks like it's bouncing here. Even if it does bounce here, we might not go too much higher. We are on a continuing downtrend. Well, what are our options, guys? Well, we got pretty critical support here. 6,000. We got the 6,600 level. So, I think markets are going to break down and possibly hit this 6,600 level. If we end up, if this downtrend is a true downtrend. Like, see, look, we're backing off again. We spiked up, but we're coming back down. So if we hit this 6,600 level, we're going across the board, much lower today, boys. This is gonna put that deep wound in the markets that I tell you about. This is gonna be the Achilles heel of the stock market. This 200-day moving average that we pierced it. We made lower lows, and then okay, even after this bull run up, that which won't be long, will be less than a month. We're gonna come back down in a fury. And we could even just straight out also, we could just straight out fail it, on the daily. Like, we're, you see here, we're about to increase on that MACD. Look at that MACD, guys. We're increasing. This is telling me that we're going to have an increase in the negative MACD when it's like that. Especially you have two identical, it's flat. So it's not like this is decreasing and it's red. It's at the same level. So that means it's increasing for negative MACD. I think this puts a lot of pressure on the markets. We're opening at this resistance, guys. And what happens when you open at resistance with a weak market? You fail it. That's what happens. So what? Fucking. We're at 15 minutes. It's 8:15. Let's see how high this Nasdaq futures can go. For the S&P 500, we're looking at 2,568, 2,530, and this might, be where it ends up going at this 2,476 level. These are the major pivot points. We're at this 61%. So we're going to fail the 61% and get support at the 50, which indicates a weak market in general. And here we're failing the 23% with the comp, and we're going to go ahead. We're going to get support here at the 61%, but we're going to crack through it though. It's going to be a crack through it, and or we could end up just failing it and just continuing to go down. That's what I think is likely. Is a crack, and then we go up again. But look, this all does not look good. Because look at the candles and the movements. Like, this does not indicate a bull market. This does not indicate a bull market, guys. If you think it does, I don't know what to tell you. Seems like I can't zoom in anymore. I don't know what to tell you. This price action is not good. Okay, boys and girls, ladies and gents, I might have to leave you off right now. We are starting to curl down. Might get this negative MACD into the open, start to really come down here. I think this is false hope, and we're gonna open lower. Not necessarily open lower, but we're gonna be down. When the open happens, it's gonna be a downward momentum. Now look here, actually, this is very interesting. We're getting less and less weak. Oh well, we are increasing actually. Yeah, look at here. We're pretty low though. I don't think we're gonna get a lower low. But this is coming down. It all depends, guys. It all depends. It all depends. Markets might have moved, might be ready to make this uptrend, but I would have to get through this bad morning first. There's no economic data coming out. There's a lot of economic data coming out. Whoops. Um, we get core PPI, wholesale inventories. That's on Tuesday. Wednesday, MBA mortgage apps for is that when it comes out? April 7th? No, it's 9th. Then we get the CPI, crude invents, and Federal Open Market Committee minutes. That's going to be important. That happened on 3/21, I guess. Strange. And then the rest of the week's a light week. So we have Tuesday, Wednesday, tough days. Now I just want to show you the PPI. This is the producer price index by commodity. Now check it here, guys. This is on the Fed's website. You can go ahead, check it out. But look, just increase. So we are totally getting a rise in PPI, which means our dollar is getting less purchasing power. And look at here, when QE hit, look at the prices. But they just continued to rise. That's what happens when more money's flooded in. You could buy more things, And if you're buying more things, it's going to raise the price. It's simple economics. All right. Well, with all this being said here, I don't know how it's going to open. If this is it might be too much here on the markets, but this on the daily looks like we're going to have an increase in negative activity. So, let's all keep that in mind. I'm going to have to end the video here, boys. With that being said, I'll see you in a little bit. Hopefully it open, maybe a little after. All right, take care.